Well, hello to all the boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and the ships at sea. It's me again, Tracy, the Ace Brinkman, bringing you another episode of Your Success DNA from YourSuccessAtLast.com, doing the necessary actions, getting those daily needed attitude adjustments, sharing with you some great motivational conversations, and giving you those motivational building blocks so that you can build the life you dream, desire, and deserve. Help you get those things done that you want done. Wow. Here we are, day 8. We are already a little over a week into the year. How's it going for you? Is it going good? It's cold. It's cold here. We just had a little cold snap here the past few days up here in Wisconsin. So obviously it's a little north. And just got another 2 or 3 inches of snow today. I'm looking at the window here. It is beautiful out there. A little dangerous. Hope everyone's driving okay today. Wherever you are, hope the weather's good. You're doing all right. I know the weather's been a little crazy so far this wintry season. So today's question, what do you really want? What do you really want? Right? We got a whole year in front of us. And it seems like everyone pauses at the beginning of the year on New Year's Eve to kind of say, hey, this is what I want to do this year. But I want you to do that all the time. I promote doing that at least once a month. I share with you those kinds of thoughts. So I ask that question every single week. What do you really want? What do you want out of your life? What do you want out of your relationships, out of your business, out of your work, out of your kids, out of your spiritual life, out of your financial life? Sit there and think about that, right? So after the show's over, maybe write down some notes about what you really want. Heck, call yourself and leave yourself a voicemail so when you get home tonight, you'll answer it and you're like, oh, I just got a message from myself. And I told myself some really good stuff. All right, anyway, so we're going to talk today about motivation, right? Determination and motivation for your New Year's goals, your dreams, your desires. Getting and keeping the motivation and determination that you need to reach your goals, dreams, and desires, also known as your New Year's resolutions. But before we go there, right, this is usually the point I come and tell you about the 7 critical steps to success. Well, I'm not. I'm going to tell you about something a little bit later, and it's not going to be the 7 critical steps to success, but I'll get to that. All right, anyway, determination and motivation. Anyone can set New Year's resolutions, but here's the thing, and so many people do, right? You're at a party, and hey, what's your New Year's resolution? You're at work, around the coffee pot, and you're like, hey, what's your resolution for the year? Here's the thing, so many people set them, but so few people achieve them. I mean, I think the odds are, the studies I've mentioned, I've read, and the articles you read, it's like 2 weeks into it, most people aren't even trying anymore. Now, this can boil down to your determination, your motivation, your willpower, as we mentioned yesterday. So your determination, your motivation to achieve your goals, your dreams, your desires, or your resolutions. Before setting any type of New Year resolution this year, and if you already have, that's fine, but before really applying yourself to it, I want you to sit down and really determine what it is you want to achieve. Take a moment and look forward through the year. Go past spring. Go past the hot days of summer. Go past fall, right? And all the colors. And stop right after Thanksgiving and maybe stop Christmas morning, right? Got your cup of coffee in your hand, whatever your morning beverage is. And you're sitting there and you're pondering back over the year you just went through in 2015. What have you accomplished? What have you gotten done? Reflect on your business life, right? Did you get that new promotion, right? Did you build your business to the point you wanted to if you have your own business? Did you get a new job, right? You had that dream job you've been working for? How about your personal life? How are your relationships? Yeah? You living where you want to live? Get that new car? How are your kids? What things have you accomplished this year? See, you may decide that by the end of the year, you have to, or that you want to maybe take a class in college or complete some specific training that will help you further your career. You may decide that you want to get married this year. You may make a commitment to that special person, or you may decide you want to lose weight, or there's some habit you want to kick, or you're going to stop procrastinating. See, the list is really endless. But once you set that, once you make that decision, I want you to start plotting backwards, right? So you're sitting there Christmas morning, you're starting to plot backwards from your end goal. What do you need to do to achieve this? Write down those steps one by one by one, whether they're big steps or small steps. And we talked about big goals and chunking them down into smaller goals. But list out all the things that you're going to need to achieve your goal. All right, to achieve that resolution. If you want to do that training course, as I mentioned earlier, some of the things you're going to have to do is you're going to have to save up the money for it, or find some way to get a grant to go to it, some sort of scholarship money, right? And that means you're going to have to apply for the scholarship. You're going to have to apply for the course. You're going to have to figure out how to get there. You're going to figure out how to build the time, not only to attend the course. I mean, the course may only be an hour a week, but then there's the course work. There's usually group work involved. All these things are going to take a piece of your time. Who's going to do the things that you would normally be doing that time? And if that's all free time, rock on. You got the good thing going. But there's cleaning the house, there's doing the laundry, all these silly things. And you may have kids, right? You got to plan for all those things. So as you plot each step, you will easily discover if there are any gaps or any things missing in your plan. If so, you're going to, instead of using those things as an excuse to put your hands up and say, that's it, I'm not doing this, right? You can look for ways to plan around them, to plan for them. If you have a good person in your life, he says as he thanks the God for the one in his. If you have a good person in your life, you can help. You have a team of people now, right? You got two people to help you with those things. See, by planning ahead, you can really define your New Year's resolutions far more easily. And once you see the steps planned out, you can really determine if you even want to put in the effort to try and reach them. Here's the thing. Do you want to commit to it? As you look through all these steps and say, wow, am I really going to do all that? And if the answer is no, okay, that's fine. What else is there that you want to try? When you commit to this new plan, you're already going to have that determination and that motivation. Because if you take the 5 minutes, heck, it'll probably be 3 minutes to write down the 2 steps, the 5 steps, or the 10 steps that it's going to take for you to get from where you are now to that Christmas morning where you're saying, hey, yeah, I got it done. All right? If you write all those steps now and you're looking at them, well, there's no way I'm going to do this. I just don't want to. All right, then fine. But if you do commit to it, then you're going to start getting that. You already have a level of determination and motivation built into you to accomplish that goal. You already have it. Now you're building on it. When you approach your resolutions in this manner, you'll find that what you thought you wanted might not be the actual goal after all. See, as you go through these planning steps, the clearer goal may begin to emerge. Boy, my tongue tripped over my eye teeth again. Can't see what I'm saying. And really, this can be a huge eye-opener and allows you to get right onto the right path for you. It could be, you may say, I'm going to lose weight. But as you start looking at these things, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to do some exercise, and you're going to do this, you're going to do that. Your ultimate goal may be to attend some active function. Maybe you want to go on a marathon. You want to run a marathon. That's a possibility, right? Or you decide you want to do a mutter. They have events out here called these mutter challenges, right? Maybe you do want to do one of those. Well, you can't do that very well if you're overweight and if you're out of shape and you're not taking care of your body right. It may be that you just want to be more healthy, and the first thing that comes to your mind is, I'm 5 pounds overweight. Okay? That may be your ultimate goal. All right, so let's come back. I got off on a little tangent there, but let's reel this back. Yeah, okay, so now if I use that ultimate mutter example or the marathon runner example, I want to start running. I want to watch my diet. I want to exercise more. Oh my gosh. You got all these things you want to tackle. It can be really hard to tackle more than one resolution at a time. And if you are a revolutionary resolution setter, but you fail to follow through. Thinking through the tasks that will get you to the final goal may reveal that your heart really isn't into the game plan. Instead, resolve to get something that really sets you afire, so that you have a desire to accomplish. When someone says, "So, what's your resolution?" and their answer is, "I'm going to quit smoking this year." Really? Can you feel that? Can you feel their determination, their motivation to get that done? I can't. All right. So here's one thing you can try. Okay. So if I ask you what's your resolution, and your answer right now is in that kind of tone, you might not be working towards the right resolution. You might be setting yourself up to fail. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to sit down and write out all your resolutions. Write them all out. I don't care. Just spend 5 minutes jotting, here's I want to do this, and I want to do that, and I'm going to quit smoking, and I'm going to lose weight, and I'm going to get a better job, and I'm going to paint the house, and I'm going to clean out my trunk of my car, whatever they are. All right? Now I want you to go through that list, and I want you to prioritize it so that number one, got to do this, feel good goal is right at the top of the list. And here's the next thing. You'll probably find that most, if not all, your resolutions are intertwined, which is, in a way, is really good because you can do one goal at a time when they're intertwined. For example, I keep coming back to this one. Some folks have on there, I want to lose weight and I want to exercise more, and I want to have a healthier diet. Well, instead of defining it as 3 separate things, you can combine them, because guess what? As you watch your weight, or as you monitor your diet and you exercise more, you're going to lose weight. They all fit together. I want to be more healthy, and a part of being healthy is managing your diet, getting on more exercise, and your weight will be modified as a result of that. Okay? So if your resolutions aren't intertwined and they just happen to be totally unrelated, then I want you to do is I want to take your top choice, right? That number one choice in there, and that's your first resolution. Tackle that. Go through that. Break it down into steps and start making your way through it. And as you become comfortable and or complete this resolution, then and only then can you add your second choice to the mix. And you continue on this way till all your resolutions are fulfilled. Well, Tracy, I'll never get them all done. Well, that's fine. If you have 10 of them, I want to do this, I want to lose weight, I'm going to exercise, I'm going to watch my diet, I'm going to wash the car, I'm going to paint the house, I'm going to clean up the basement, right? If you have these 10 things and you're sitting there Christmas morning and you only got 5 of them done, are you going to feel bummed? Heck no. You got 5 of them done. Come on. The thing is, you can still only focus on one thing at a time, but this allows you to stay motivated and allows you to stay on track as you reach each one. As you accomplish each task inside that resolution, you're like, you get a little more pumped up. And as you get closer to finishing it, you can start your next one. Now, here's another adjustment we have to keep an eye on, and I'm running a little bit long. No, I'm coming up on my 15-minute mark. I'm doing pretty good. While it helps to set deadlines, and I not just helps, I say you should always set a deadline for completing a goal or a resolution. Remember, this is also a form of motivation. If you say, hey, I'm going to lose weight. Well, when? I'm going to lose 10 pounds in the next 60 days. All right, cool. You could break that down, say I'm going to lose X amount of ounces a day or 1 pound every 4 days or whatever it breaks down to. Here's the thing you have to realize. Certain resolutions are going to take longer than you anticipated. It's just a fact of life. And that's perfectly acceptable as long as you continue to take action to complete it. Just readjust the rest of your timings. It's that simple. It really is. Oh, well, I can't get it done in 60 days. Well, I'm going to get it done in 90 days. Wow, that was easy. Because you start coming up on day 40 and you're sitting there thinking, oh my God, I'm never going to get this done in the next 20 days. Give yourself 20 more days. Right? It's your resolution. And as long as you're continuing to take action towards it, there's no guilt in that. We'll stick with the health example for a moment. If your goal is to lose weight, depending on the amount of weight you're trying to lose, you're going to reach the plateaus. And we mentioned this earlier this week. You're going to hit a plateau where your body's adjusting and it's taking care of business at that level. And if you continue to do the same things, you're going to stay at that plateau. So you're going to have to try new things. modifying your diet, modifying your exercise, change things up a little bit so that your body will break through that plateau. I'm not the expert here in this arena, but I do know what happens. Read enough. I'm enough of a quarterback personal coach that when it comes to physical fitness that I can say that much about it. So there are those far more qualified who can tell you exactly how to break through the plateau or whatever you're going through. The idea is you're going to hit that plateau, and if you don't break through it in time, well, guess what? That time is now ticking away. Once you break through it, you say, okay, I finally broke through here. It's going to take me another 10 days to complete this. So it's not going to be 60 days. It's going to be 70 days. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as you're moving forward. Okay? All right. Phew. Here's the thing. I want you to always remember that you are bettering your life in some ways. And these things are not always done overnight. You always hear about, wow, this guy's an overnight sensation. You never hear about the 5, 7, 10, 15 years that he worked out of the limelight to get things done. All of a sudden, boom, he's his overnight success. No, it's not how it works. 99.98% of the time, it's not how it works. Life is going to get in the way. But as long as you keep your resolutions and your goals and your dreams and desires in mind and get right back on track and get moving forward on it as soon as possible, then you will reach your success at last. All right? So, phew, babbled a little bit for you, but I wanted to get that out. There's so much to go into this area of reaching reaching your peak potential, all right? And that's where I want to come into the little pitch I want to give for you now. Don't leave the webinar now, or don't leave the podcast now, just because I said that. Okay, here's what I want you to do. I'm not going to tell you to go to yoursuccessatlast.com to get the 7 critical steps to success like I normally do. I want you to go to yoursuccessatlast.com and click on the Revolution banner that's across the top. You will not be able to miss it. It's orange against all the nice blues that are on my website. And that's all about the webinar I have coming up next week. All right, next Thursday, we're going to do a webinar, and I've mentioned a couple of times tonight. If it's your first time listening, you can go back to those shows, or you can listen to me for about another minute here before I let you go. We're going to share with you, actually, I'm going to share with you about 45, 50 minutes of about pure content. And this is just everything from a championship mindset to some winning ways to breaking things down on goal setting. We'll go into a little more detail than I've been able to here on the past few podcasts. Just leaving it out on the table. I'm going to give you all this great information. You can walk away with that saying, thanks, Tracy. Now I can go accomplish my goals. And if you do, more power to you. I'm glad I was able to help. All right? And it's not one of those, hey, I'm going to give you 2 ideas and tell you I have 15 more if you pay me $99 a month. No, it's not one of those kind of webinars. It's about, I'm going to give you all kinds of great ways to keep your motivation up, your determination up, reach your goals, and get the things done you want to get done. Those motivational building blocks, right? We're going to continue them on the webinar. Is there something I want you to buy? Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, there is. But that's not the focus of the webinar. The webinar is by giving you some tips, some tools, and some techniques that you can use through the course of this year. So, with all that, go to yoursuccessatlast.com and click on that banner. It rotates past. There's 2 banners going by. One is the 7 critical steps to success, and the other one, it'll scroll by. You'll see it big orange. It'll flash in your face. The Resolution Revolution. You click on that. It'll take you to the little webinar registration page. Drop in your name and email. That will sign you up, and we'll send you some reminders as the time gets closer. And then I will see you on Thursday. Oh, well, actually, I will see you tomorrow as we share with you how to help your kids wish upon a star. And with that, I'm going to leave you as I always do. Think successfully. Take action. Have a great night. Bye-bye.